welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with a monthly favorites. I'm so excited. It's kind of like a my bad, I haven't done a favorites in like a long time, so I've got literal bin of shit to talk to you about that I love. It's been a little while. I did just film this tutorial. It'll be going up on Instagram, TikTok, etc. And I'm wearing this fun blue YSL mascara. I'm actually getting ready to go to a Jays game. I was invited. We're gonna go watch the boys hit some balls at what is it, batting practice, and I can't wait for some nacho cheese and hot dogs. But before we do that, let's talk about everything I've loved lately. I've got makeup, skincare, hair care, tons of stuff, so buckle up. Let's get started with foundations. There's two that I really have been loving. One is new to me, one I've been wearing nonstop. The one that I've been wearing nonstop, especially on days where, like, there was a while there where I wasn't doing much, to be honest. But if I did want to put a little something on my face, I was wearing this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I love this so much. I think the shade is really good too. I wear it in the shade 9. I feel like it's just such an easy tint to use. It's not super matte. It's not super dewy. It's not a ton of coverage. Like, it's just good shit, to be honest. I really love everything that Danessa has come out with. I've got another item from her coming up, but this is very good. And you're getting 1.58 fluid ounces in here, which is like a foundation and a half. Like, packaging is so deceiving. It doesn't look any bigger than this. If anything, it looks smaller. This, however, is a full fluid ounce, so it's actually smaller, more expensive. This is newer to me. It is the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Foundation SPF 15. If you saw my recent shorter form content about this, which is like, again, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, the shade match on this is really good for me. Cool Neutral Honey, or Neutral Cool Honey, which kind of is an oxymoron because how is it neutral and cool? But maybe I'm a bit of an oxymoron because the shade match is right on. It actually wears really well too. It says that it's oil controlling, sweat proof, waterproof, and as you can tell, just literally by talking and getting excited about makeup right now, my upper lip, it's begun. I keep one of these on deck at all times. But anyways, I found that this wore really nicely. I've got kind of a mini wear test, so I'll link that down below. Comes in 42 different shades. It is $77 Canadian. Bobbi, even though I know it's not Bobbi anymore, but the ghost of Bobbi. It ain't cheap, but it's good, and Sephora sale's coming up. These next two products are from the drugstore, and they have been more or less irreplaceable in my routine. Like, everything else kind of switches up, but this bronzer and this brow gel have been the constant. Probably no surprise, it is the L'Oreal. Both owned by L'Oreal anyways. Money's all going to Daddy L'Oreal, which whether you buy from L'Oreal, NYX, or Maybelline doesn't really matter. But anyways, this is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination. This says up to 24 hours, and I'm sorry, I feel like I don't film for YouTube, and then I do, and I get so excited, and I just come and like an excited little sister. I'm like, let me tell you everything, and show and tell, and I just rambling. But anyways, this is a very good brow gel. It is all I've been using for the past like 6 or 7 months. I still like the Maybelline one, but for whatever reason I was reaching for this one. Beautiful brush. I feel like it gives that fluffy laminated look. It holds. That's the most important thing to me, because like, it can look good to begin with, but this shit holds. I don't know actually for 24 hours, but pretty close. Then also, I actually like have used a couple of other, I've maybe used the Maybelline brow gel a little bit. I don't think I've reached for any other bronzer, partially because they're still kind of packed away, but I haven't even wanted to because I love this NYX Buttermelt bronzer. I love the blushes from this line too. I was using one of those a lot, but this one is in the shade 4, Butter Biscuit, which right off the bat, the fact that it's shade 4 and there's many shades above, like 3 or 4 more shades deeper than me, which I really appreciate. This just has such a good formula. It's a powder, but it feels creamy. It's easy to blend. Even today when I was filming this look, I accidentally like stamped it on my forehead. I was still able to blend it out. Like, you might want to go in with a little lighter hand. I feel like they're kind of breakable too, so be careful, but really like it. I think the packaging is nice too. I like that the color coordinates. It's a little chunky, but like just chunky enough, you know, like thick with 2 C's. Can you tell what my favorite color of like lip and cheek product is? Similar to the NYX bronzer, I have been wearing this blush non-stop, partially because I love the shade, I love the color, but mostly, or equally great, is how long this lasts. If you have issues with your blushes moving around, I'm telling you, try these from Danessa Myricks. These are the Yummy Skin blushes. Is that what she calls these? Either way, this one is in the shade Golden Hour. I'm wearing it right now under another blush, but I've been wearing it on its own. I wear it under powder, over powder primarily, and it lasts so well on the skin. Make sure, I feel like it's the kind of thing that could dry out. I haven't had issues and it's not hard to close, but you wouldn't want to waste this beauty. But I love this so much and I have to get some more colors. Also, if you've been following along on other social media, I finally tried out the Milk Cooling, what do they call these? Water Cooling Jelly Stick Tints or whatever the hell. Damn. Cooling water jelly tints. These are freaking good. I don't know if I'm just really jaded and I was really annoyed when these launched because my colleagues were being incredibly dramatic. And I was like, these reviews are such clickbait BS that I don't even care. They're not even reviews. They're just silliness. So they just looked hard to work with and I just never tried them. Even though they had literally sent me almost, I think they like 4 or 5 of them. And I left it there and I was like, my mental health is so bad and I only do my makeup every so often and I cannot risk a stained cheek. Okay, it'll set me off. So I finally did try these. They're not hard to work with, okay? They did send me the brush, but I find using a brush and kind of like a dense brush, sort of tapping it into the product and then stamping it onto your cheek, beautiful. They're so nice on the lips too. I find liquid stains sometimes, I don't know, this is really like, and I think this is what they were going for, that like sucked on a popsicle look. It really is. And I don't find them hard to work with. I've been wearing the shades primarily Spritz and also Chill, and I want to try the others. So pretty. There's a red and a purple. Gotta get my hands on those. With the exception of right now, I've been doing a lot of glossy lips, a lot of pink, a lot of reddy coral kind of shades. The first actual pink that I've started reaching for a lot is this, it's like more a couple of months back, but I still want to mention it because she was special. This is the, except it's so hard to read, Fenty Beauty High, like, this is when maybe you should get off of YouTube, but I'm like, I can't read the lipstick anymore. I've been doing this for 12 years. Fenty Beauty High Shine Gloss Stick. Gloss Bomb Sticks in Hibiscus. It's just such a beautiful pink. It's similar to the shade that I have on right now. Actually, it's just a little pinker. This is a little more coral and like glossy. It's really comfortable. It's pigmented. Like it's not like a sheer, like the YSL kind of, or the L'Oreal more sheer. It's like a glossy lipstick, but it still has this really great, almost balminess to it. So it's not slipping and sliding around on your lips. Very comfortable, beautiful color. What's on my lips right now is one of the Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tints. I did film a lip swatch video, will be going up soon of these. This one is in the shade Petal Core. No surprise here, okay? No surprise that this is the one I love, although I love Knee High. I love all the shades, honestly. As usual, Maybelline comes out with an absolutely fire lip product. Similar to the vinyls, I see myself being obsessed with these because the shades are good, the formula is beautiful, and the packaging. It's like, ding, 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 you've done it all. Really love these. I did try it on my cheeks though. It sucked. So then for glosses, I've been wearing a lot of these. I finished up one of these already. It's the Fenty Treats Hydrating and Strengthening Lip Oil. This one is in Black Cherry. I keep this on my coffee table. I've got the passion fruit one always in my bag, and these are like my go-to easy reach for. Instead of like a lip balm, I've been reaching for one of these. Really hydrating and they smell so good. Then also for hydrating and for color, I love both of these. Firstly, this is the Rimmel Oh My Gosh lip oil. It's in the shade Vivid Red. Do not be scared of the red. You need a red lip oil or red lip gloss that's not completely pigmented in your lipstick collection if you wear nude lipsticks, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. I'll link my TikTok below about it, but this is the perfect one for it. But even if you want to wear it on its own as not like a lipstick topper, it's really beautiful. It's not completely red. It just adds a nice flush and they're very, very hydrating. Then if you prefer kind of like a more pinky shade, isn't that so cute? I got it at a shopper's event. This is the Quo Peptide Lip Tint with hyaluronic acid, and this one is in the shade Strawberry. It smells really good, and again, beautiful formula. It smells fruity. I love the amount of color that it has on its own, but also as a topper. Super hydrating, and good price too on both of these. Wow, I've only been filming for 13 minutes. Okay. Your girl can yap. Like, I don't want to rush through the products, but I also don't want to have you here for like 48 minutes. Because no one will watch that. So anyways, let's talk about a lip liner I've been wearing a lot lately for my North Americans. It's not really accessible to us. But I did buy this when I was in Portugal last November. It's from Kiko, Milano. This is my favorite European, I don't know what they would consider it there, but to me it kind of gives like drugstore vibes, but they get their own store. Like it's NYX-ish. But this is their Everlasting color lip liner. It's in the shade 518. If you happen to go to Europe, and they've got a Kiko store. I bought from them in Italy and Portugal and Amsterdam. They're pretty around. This is the lip liner, and I really love this brown. It's so, so good. Definitely can find similar alternatives in Canada, thankfully, but I do love that one. Lancome launched a new mascara, and I'm always really excited to try their mascaras. I think of all the high-end brands, I think they do the best job of mascaras. Dare I say? Yeah, like they're always good. And this is the Lashy Doll Flutter Extension. Points for the packaging. I really like it. I think it's fun to move away from kind of their more typical sort of curvy bottle that they do. This has a really thin little brush with short plastic bristles on it, but damn, they called this Flutter Extension, and it really is fluttery. It gives like volume and length, but it's not a heavy volume at all. Like if you like a really thick, borderline clumpy, you're not going to get that out of this, but it is a really still impactful volume that has a nice light flutter to it. So me likey. I love this fragrance. I've definitely mentioned it before, but I have been wearing it a lot, so I thought I'd bring it up. It is the Prada Paradox. I always get compliments on this, but I always say this is one of my most complimented fragrances by men in not a creepy way. Like I think I've had 2 Uber drivers and 1 man in an elevator just be like, oh, that smells great. Like, what is that called? Not like, what do you smile more? What are you wearing? Or whatever, you know, whatever nonsense they're getting on with. But this is so good. No idea what the notes are. Put them here. But it's like deep, it's sexy, it's spicy, it's a little sweet. And I bought it with my own money. Wow. Get my influencer gold badge. But I actually bought it solely. I did look up the notes, but the packaging. Okay, I love this little freaking triangle. It's too adorable, and it worked out so well because I love the scent. So, and it lasts well. Then, okay, I have become obsessed. Everybody loves this, and I was again behind on it. And now I realize why everybody loves it. I finished up a bottle. I'm now halfway through this bottle. It's good. I have some questions about whether or not vitamin C is breaking me out, so that was kind of why I started using this. It is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum. It's a great vitamin C alternative, but I just find this to be so brightening. It doesn't make me break out. It feels so good on the skin. I was using it twice a day when I first started using it. Now I'm kind of trying another serum, so I'm using this mostly in the morning, but I think this is really so good. Like, there's a reason that everybody hypes it up. Helps with my hyperpigmentation, the overall glow of my skin, just everything looks kind of better, but there's nothing harsh in there in terms of acids and things like that, so it's kind of giving me everything that I want, and I really love the texture. So yeah, consider me a convert finally. And then I've also been loving these. If you have acne prone skin, if you're a little bit sensitive and you're looking for something, like, I'm trying to dial back on using a crazy amount of acids because I definitely have done that. And I'm sure you have too. Okay, I know it's not just me. So these are from Neostrata. These are the Restore PHA Renewal Pads. They come pre-soaked, which makes it so easy. Okay, don't lie, it's the best thing ever. I've only got those 60 pads in here. This is all that remains. I think 2 or 3 days worth, and they're still juicy in there. They're not soaked out, or they're not dried out. They're still soaking up the liquid. They say it's for dull, reactive, dehydrated skin that's prone to redness, and it's formulated to make your skin smoother and have a more even complexion. So again, similar to the last product I mentioned, it's just such a good option. Like, I like using this around that time of the month, which is about to be for me right now, when I'm starting to feel some breakouts and my skin's just looking a little uneven. Best used every day. I don't always reach for it every day because I don't practice what I preach, but when I have used this consistently, I've definitely noticed a difference, and I really, really love it. Also helping to keep my skin clear has been hypochlorous acid, and I know everybody talks about the Tower 28. I used that one. I really liked it, but I got this recommendation from a friend. I'll link him down below. He does great skincare content. But this is the Element Canadian brand. Hypochlorous acid face and skin spray. Let me tell you, if you're using hypochlorous acid, Do not use it as a makeup prep unless you're gonna let it fully dry in your skin, or skincare prep fully dry before you add your other products, because it can compromise things like vitamin C and some other ingredients, and it doesn't really do what it needs to do. So I primarily use this. I'm an anxious girly, so I always wake up in the middle of the night. I'll generally spray myself with this in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day after a workout. Just not around when I'm doing my skincare, and I really feel like my skin is not 100%, but I've not been having the same cystic breakouts that I used to, knock on wood. And this is a great price on Amazon. When I heard that CeraVe was coming out with hair care, I was very curious because I love their skincare, I love their body care. Their hair care, however, is not that I didn't think they would do good hair care, I just didn't know if they do good hair care for me. But that being said, I've been testing out, this is almost empty. I had to do like a lot of recovery to make this not look so smashed up. But this is the CeraVe Gentle Hydrating Conditioner. It says gently and effectively conditions the hair without disrupting the scalp and scalp barrier. Leaves your hair feeling soft, and it's got, of course, like in all their products, the 3 essential ceramides and hyaluronic acid, free of sulfates, MIT, parabens, and fragrance. I don't know what MIT is besides a school. I don't want that in my hair care. And it says, yeah, it's good for all hair types and curl patterns. And I was like, we'll see about that. They kind of showed me. This is really good. I like the shampoo too, but I point this out because it almost feels like a hair mask. Like, this shit is thick. It's very hydrating. It's good if you're using other treatments, like if you might have one that has glycolic acid in it, or glossing treatments or protein treatments, and you're looking for something that's just good straight up hydrating. Like, I use it the same way I would use their skincare or their body care when I'm just looking to take care of that barrier, to hydrate, to protect, sometimes to soothe or to undo mistakes. And it's just really good. It's also fragrance free and going to be really gentle, so if you do have issues on your scalp, whether it's sensitivity or things like that, then this is something that's going to be really good and gentle. And they also came out with a dandruff line, which is great because you'd be able to tackle the dandruff without, like, you know, completely stripping your hair and your scalp. And then, this has been the best discovery. This is something else that I had in my collection that I just never really reached for, similar to the milk. I was just kind of like, I don't trust you. I don't believe you. This is the Curlsmith Weightless Air Dry Cream. I got this at Chatters. This is a 237 milliliter bottle. I went out and bought like a 500 milliliter bottle and 2 travel sizes for an upcoming trip. So we are in a serious, committed relationship. This is a hard launch. Ask us anything. But this is so good. It says it's an airy leave-in conditioner for all curl types. It's got wild maru, babassu oil, hyaluronic acid, silky castor oil, grated ginger, vegan, cruelty-free, made without all kinds of stuff. But I just love this. I filmed a video. I've yet to edit it or upload it for Instagram and TikTok, but I just find this to be the most simple one and done curl product I've ever used. It has great lasting power. It feels hydrating. It's got good hold. I only use this when I'm using it. I don't use a leave-in. I don't use a gel. I've tried it all the ways, and using it on its own, not that it doesn't work with the other stuff, but using it on its own, that's all you need, baby. It's so good, so easy. But yeah, I get it from Chatters, and I think, I don't know where else you can get it, but that was the best place for me to get it, and it was on sale when I got it. Thank God. But that is everything from me. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. And as always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you next time. Bye.